sent out a tickets update, I don't know, a week, 10 days ago, and of where everything was, and I said go through any items that people want to go through, and I've got a list of about 8 that I think people do want to, so I'll come back and go through those in a bit. I thought it might be an idea just to to go through the horizontal menu as a sort of a subject and have a look at that and see, for those who haven't used it or have only used part of it, and just to highlight bits on there as well. Have a look at the document library that's been put in there in the last few days. Then I had Alan down, and then I wanted to just talk about the contact us and the multiple emails that you're getting, and being able to try and stop those as best we can, and talk about that for a while. And then the other thing I had down was go cardless fees, which I think are changing, but we can come back to that later. So anybody want to add anything now, or do you want to leave it?
You were going to show us how to log in as a member, as an admin.
That's number 8 on the ticket list.
Okay.
Let's just start and pick out some of the tickets. Alan sent me a list of items that he thought was worthwhile doing. Right, hopefully I'm now sharing my test system. So the first thing I wanted to do was to just show you the change that has been made to registration groups. There's now it was asked for a sort of limit on the number of people who join a registration group, because I think people use registration groups for all sorts of things. So now if you have a registration group, so if I go by category, so if picking any of your registration groups, there's now if you can at any time close the membership of a registration group, or if it's closed, you can open it again. So you can basically control, if you want to, how many people are in the group. So once you get to the number you want, then you can just set that to close to yes, and it will no longer offer anybody when they come in an opportunity to join that group. So now that's been put in 11.9, so you should be able to see that now.
And what does that do in the status column of the group list, Chris?
It comes up with group has full membership, as you can see there.
Okay, right.
So as I said, you could, but if you just change it, you can open it up again whenever you want. The second thing was this. What's actually in now is what it shows on the various joins. If somebody wants to join, you've got 2 options for when you join. You either have a in systems details. You've got a joiner T's and C's required, yes or no. If you start off by setting that to no, then when you log out and log in and join, if you want to join, then you don't get the T's and C's offered first. You have to tick the box for that. And if you want to see the terms and conditions, you can click it. And this is held in, let's get it right. The T's and C's are held in the enhanced info text in systems details. And so you obviously have to close that if you don't want it. And then the more information, if you add that as well, That's a separate field, and that's in info text in systems details. So if we log into there, yeah, so you've got the info text and the enhanced info text. That's the T's and C's, and that is the more information now. I think it's been muddled up before, but that's now there. Right. We've been talking about direct debits recently, about when you run the direct debit run for your membership renewals. And it has been up to now, it was originally 14 days, it was changed to 21 days, maybe in version 7, but it's now in version 9, you have the option to turn back on the old system as well, which will give you the option. The old system gives you the option to tell the system when you want to take the renewals direct debits. So you can do it whenever you want to now. And that's back. You do that by the old method of you've got an entry in, as I remember, it's in membership. Take. So now in membership, you can now, this has been put back in again, so you can now take DD payments or revoke take DD payments, and that's back as it was before. You can connect up to that if you want to, and that it'll take it overnight of any that are due, but it is only renewal memberships it will take. So it won't take any of the other subscriptions or anything else. It's just purely for taking your annual membership.
Right. Quick question, Chris. If we turn that option back on, so you've got to take DD payments, that will be in our membership secretary because that's their job to do. If I turn it back on for them, and we're expecting her to do it, I don't know, whenever, the beginning of August, our year starts on the 1st of September. We're expecting her to do it on the 1st of August, okay? And she clean forgets. Does the auto take at 21 days then kick in?
Yes.
Right, okay.
And so if you do take it on the start of August, when the 21-day comes, it will know that it's already been asked for.
Right, and then from there on in, it will be looking, is it every day that it looks for 6 months afterwards or something?
Well, it depends if we're talking about membership renewals.
Yes.
Yes, oh, okay, so or new members, or
yes.
Yes, you'll take new members anytime at all you add them. It will take, but it will take membership ones any time after 21 days before.
Yeah. I thought with the new members, it was for 6 months after your year start date because of the fact that some of the U3As run a,
free period.
A what?
A free period.
Yes, that's the fella.
Yes. Yes, that's right. So basically, it cuts the year in half, and so you're still dealing with the current year until you get to 6 months after your renewal date, and then once you go past that, it's assuming that you're now looking to work for the next year.
Okay, thank you.
Right, good. Okay. The next one in there is membership type. This was in 11.8, and this was put in years 24 and 25. It basically ran out if you didn't have 11.8 in there. And I think Mike at Fincher has had this issue in the last few days, and hopefully it's all working now fine. So
I was just saying, this is Mike.
Okay.
It's all working now in Flintshire.
yes, yes. So you've been able to put the rates in now and everything, which obviously.
Oh, I will do when they decide what they want. Yes.
Right. Well, it was just that I think Lynn was trying to put some new people in, and you've gone past your free period, so it's looking to it was looking to try and find the rates for that year in order to let those new people in. Yeah, good. Right, okay. Eastings and Northings. Well, I think we've sorted that out now. And so if you have a 0 in Eastings and Northings, it totally ignores them. I think that was, Alan, one of your problems, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to love what the problem was. We had people that were going on to group pages, and because we live in our telephone numbers, if you take for the local area, if you take out the exchange code, so in our case 01733, if you take that out, you've got a 6-digit telephone number. People were going on to the group pages, not logged in, and they were looking and they were seeing the Eastings and Northings and thinking they were a telephone number, and they were trying to ring the group leader on the Eastings and Northings number, and unsurprisingly they weren't getting the group leader. One or two got some company somewhere, and another one got number unobtainable. We weren't sure how we could get rid of the Eastings and Northings, but if you put a 0 in on the venues on Eastings and Northings, it takes it out completely.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, good. Right, okay. We've got now multiple reminders for subscription payments. People who take subscriptions, and if they're not paid within, can't remember now, 14 days, is it? I think it's 14 days. Then anyway, yes, you get a subscription. Oh no, it's what's in your parameter. And
yes, to be paid by date, Chris.
It's the paid by date to start with, isn't
Yes,
it? And then every 14 days there, or every whatever parameter you set thereafter, it takes it again and again until it's paid. Up to 8 times, I think.
Is that for membership fees, Chris?
No, that's for subscriptions.
Group payments.
No,
Subscriptions.
Payments.
Yeah, group payments.
Yeah.
What Chris calls subscriptions, we call them levy, but you know.
What do you call them then, Alan?
Pardon?
What do you call them?
What do we got? So this is fees that people are paying to belong to groups.
Yeah.
We
call it group fees.
I don't think any of our group leaders use the system to record it.
Right.
So we don't call it anything.
Fine. Okay. Right. Okay. The next thing was the thing that Richard mentioned at the start, and that is if you have people who are not terribly au fait with computers and things and want to pay or saying that their system is saying something different, you can log on as them now if you want to, as the administrator. And there is a menu item here called members log in by admin. And if you do that, you can select somebody and log in as them. So you are now them. The only difference is that you'll see this red line administrators login be on the page, every page that you go to, but you can then do everything they can do.
Can you be logged in at the same time as them?
No, you are effectively logged out as you.
Right.
So when you finished with Neil or wherever it is, you can just if you click log out, then you're back to logging in again as yourself.
Yeah. No, I meant if they've got a problem, you can't be on with them and.
Oh, you can. Yes, you can. Yeah. And obviously, if they do something and then refresh the screen, if they do something and you refresh the screen, you'll see what they've done.
Right. Okay.
So you can be them if you want to.
Yeah.
So it's team viewer for U3AWEB. So of.
Yes. Yeah. I suppose if you wanted to, you could take a payment as well through it as well if they tell you. Yeah. So you know it's a bit you're a little bit of exposure, but I think it's, well, you can either choose to use it or not as you want, but it's there if you want it.
It might be confidence, Alan, really.
Yes, but probably this means they could see what we're doing if they want us to help them pay.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, they could watch us doing it for them as them.
It's not quite as good as that, Alan. I mean, not if you type in something here, they can't see.
No.
They can see the next page, but they can't see you've typed in their card number and that sort of thing.
It's not in real time. They'd have to refresh, and it'd be too late then, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's a big step forward.
Well, hopefully, yeah. Good. Right. Next thing isn't in there yet, but I think is worthwhile just talking about. I think this is you, Neil, isn't it? You raised that you would like a group administrator to be not a group leader or a second leader, but somebody who's, if you like, computer literate, who would be delegated to actually do the updating of the computer, if you like, for updating of the group.
Yeah, they've been going on about it for ages, and I finally gave in and said I'll speak to you about it, because I can't for the life of me see why they need it. But who am I to say? So
this is what I think we call a web buddy.
It's like somebody that's in the group that agrees to do the like things like, because we forward plan dates and things like that, that can do that sort of thing. I mean,
yeah, what we've been doing up until now is we've been assigning what we call a web buddy as the second group leader.
Well, that was my argument.
Will this give us a third option, Chris?
Yeah, and the rest, yes, it can go on ad infinitum, can't it, Chris?
Well, it hasn't been developed yet. So
Sorry, I thought you'd done it then, because you closed the ticket. I thought, blimey, that was fast.
I wanted to see if other people wanted to use it and what happened, how they'd use it, and therefore, if we do it in a way that everybody wants it, really.
Yeah.
So
it was my idea was that it had to be a member of the group, which would control when they left the group that they would get removed from it, and it could be as many as you like. So as a it's not a primary key or anything like that. So you could have the same person in several groups, for example, it's listed in this table. So, you know, it may be administers 3 groups that he's in, or that she's in.
So this is still to be developed, Chris, yeah?
It is, yes, it is. If you know, if I'm just looking for some enthusiasm from.
We just use the second leader spot.
Yeah, well, we've got, like, for instance, take Bridge. Both people want to be leaders, but nobody wants to actually administer the actual web page.
Right.
Right. Okay. So
I'm not sure that it just doesn't open it up too much.
Well, that's under the administrator's control.
Yes, it won't be there for everybody unless you switch it on.
Okay.
And also, I imagine, I haven't done it yet, but I imagine it has to be controlled at a group level as well, really, because if you don't, well, no, I suppose not. No.
I think if they've agreed it, I see it as the leaders asked that somebody is allowed to administer the group. That I think should be a member, should only be a member of that group. That's it. So the asset administrator, the administrator would actually add them to the table so they could do it, and then if they leave the group, it'll get deleted.
Yeah. So it's purely under the administrator's control.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds really.
Which table are you talking about?
It's a new one. It's a new one, Richard. Just purely for this.
Right.
Okay. Just the new. It'll be
within system details, another table.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, it probably have.
Or a side
It
menu
would probably
entry.
be under the administrator side menu, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Thinking on the hoof, that could be really, really useful for our theatre groups.
Well, so we've got groups where they've got 4 leaders, you see, because they alternate, and you think, well, why can't just 2 of you be listed? But no.
Okay, right. I'll do something, and we can have a look at it and see if anybody wants to use it. But you do anyway. Yeah. Right. Okay. The next thing was bulk email selections. I've made a change recently for again, it was you, Neil, wasn't it? It was you wanted
It was-
no, it was,
if we send what the committee asked for, was it if we somebody sends a bulk email to all group leaders, some of the committee members aren't group leaders, so they asked could they be included. So I sent Chris the SQL to do that, and Chris added it, but then I belatedly realised that actually anybody listed in contacts was included. So I just asked him to make another change to make sure it was only committee members that were included, which is the last thing I sent to you, Chris.
yeah. So I think what it triggered in my mind was really a question about whether people use these bulk email selections.
You've gone a bit muffled.
No,
Yeah, oh, that's better.
Very, that's better.
all I did was fold my arms. Anyway,
It must be your arms.
right, okay. Well, one, do people use the bulk email selections? And if they do, are the ones we've got the ones that people want, or are there others that, because they're very easy to put in, if we can define it by sort of a selection of the from the membership, then it can be done. So what's the general feeling there? Do people use them?
Yeah.
The selections on the contact list.
No, on group bulk emails where you can say preset category.
Yeah, so you can say members.
Do you want to switch to a screen so that we can see what you're talking about, Chris?
Okay. Right. You can see half my screen then. But, right. So if I go into bulk email, and then you've got this down here, preset category, where you, if you don't fill it in, you get nobody listed when you put it. But when you click OK, but you can select anything. You know, full members, guest members, member of another U3A, committee members, contacts list. Registered for gift aid, not registered. But, you know, there's a list here of about 15 or so, 20 maybe. So I just wondered, do people use it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We tend to just use bulk email for everybody. You know, all contact all members, and
Right.
occasionally all leaders. That's about it.
Yeah, we do that, group leaders and then all members.
Right. So if you are sending out emails to subsets of people, you don't use bulk email for it, I guess then.
Yeah, they do, but just two categories basically. Do everybody or just leaders? So you're only using one really.
Yep. Yes. Right.
Phyllis says she uses it.
Right. Good. Good. Okay. Anyway, I think all I was asking was whether or not there was there are any more needed, but I think it sounds as though the answer to that is no. So.
Well, you
Right.
made the useful thing is to be able to make a bulk email list out of a report, Chris, as well.
Yes.
Yeah. We do that quite a bit
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. So basically, there you're getting your own list.
Yeah.
Of sending out emails. Yeah. Okay.
It's just that yours can be refreshed, the others can't.
Okay. Well, let's move on then. Right. So I'll leave it as it is then. Yeah. I was just going to mention something that somebody has raised with 11.8. There is an issue with 11.8 that where on the group display, it does the second category, if there isn't one, shows as registration group. It's fixed in 11.9, but some eagle-eyed person has noticed it.
I'm not.
Right. Okay. Good. All right. That was just so. So when we go to 11.9, then that will get resolved. Right. So the last item on the sort of tickets to the enhancements type thing was if you go into Amazon or anything like that, and you've been into Amazon before, the system automatically knows who you are. You don't have to log in every time. on this system, you do have to log in every time. Should we change that and make, if somebody's been in before on this device and they logged in before, the system should automatically log them in?
Yes, please.
The only trouble with that I can see is some members share this same computer.
Yeah, well, they shouldn't be. Yeah.
Well, they already seem confused when it fills things in for them sometimes.
Yes.
I think it would help us as web admins. I try and log in 3 or 4 times a day, at least, so as to see if any members want help. You know, they don't want to wait till tomorrow when there's a message there, contact us or whatever. So I log in and read it. If they want help, I want to give them that help today. So that's why you look at Wrexham and you find I've got 3,000 logins or whatever, which you did notice once. So
Yes.
for me, I think it could be useful. I mean, Neil's right, there could be the odd occasion where somebody shares a computer, but do the pros outweigh the cons?
To be honest, mine does fill it in for me because it's if I use Google
mine
Chrome,
does as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you use Chrome, get Chrome to remember your password, and then if there's more than my wife and I both use the same computer at times, and all you do is when you click in the member number field, it says, right, which member number that I've remembered do you want to use?
Yeah, well, I think the websites sort this out as well. Well, yes, but you're still logging in. The point would be that it would go straight into a logged in state. You wouldn't go through the coming up the front page, clicking login and that sort of thing. It would go straight to the logged in page.
Well, the only thing is if you're editing the home page, you want to, I keep logging out to see what it looks like. It's not a problem for me because the computer stores my password, so it only takes me about a second to log in anyway.
Yes, I know, Michael, but I was thinking probably that it's much more likely for the person who really struggles to do anything. If you can shortcut their method into getting into the system, so the sort of thing you were talking about with Contact Us and things. People go into Contact Us instead of going in. This would bypass all that. They just go straight in if they've been in before.
I
think if you wanted to, what your issue there would be if you log out when you're on that machine, it wouldn't automatically log you in again. You're basically saying I'm finished with that. So as long as the 2 people are using the same machine, they log out. They'd have to log in again, whoever they are, when it comes along. So
what you're saying is it's a case of if it's one person using one machine and they leave the system alone, they don't log out, they time out.
They time out. When
they go back, they'll time back in.
It would count it as a login again. Yes. But
I think it's a solution looking for a problem, I think.
Yeah.
To be honest, I must admit we've not really had any problems. We've got problems that half the members don't use the computer at all. That's a different problem. Those who use it are quite capable of logging in and out. I mean, I log in sometimes, loads of times a day.
Yes. No, and I think all the people on this call really wouldn't use it because, as you say, you know how to log in and log out. But it's
But there's also an issue of if somebody has their computer stolen and then somebody then goes in and looks at their account and so on. I mean, I think there is a data protection issue in that.
Yeah.
Well,
I can't think of any system that I know that would let me go straight in without checking my identity somehow. And certainly where money was involved.
Amazon doesn't.
I must admit, I don't use Amazon.
Yeah. But
for that reason.
But so if you had your computer, if somebody came around and nicked my computer, when they go to U3AWEB, when they click in the member number, Chrome gives them the option. Okay, which member number do you want to use? So it picks up my member number and my password, so they'd still be able to get in.
No, it depends.
No, my password isn't saved for you.
You're using Microsoft. If you're in Apple, it doesn't, because you have to I have to confirm with my fingerprint.
Yeah, I use Microsoft, and I just don't. I've told it not to save the password because I think it's important that some systems you do remember your own password, so they are more secure, especially as an admin.
So okay, there's I don't know. Well, what do we think? Well, obviously, you know, those who never wanted to use it, I know obviously Congressmen are sort of very ultra security minded, so I'm sure they'd never use this in a million years. But you know, it's a question of whether or not it's going to help some of your members who are a little bit slow on computers, we'll say.
I think that just confuses them even more.
It doesn't sound as if you would be able to make it switchable, Chris. Would it be
Oh, yes.
switchable?
Oh no, absolutely. You wouldn't. No, you wouldn't push it on
it's
anybody.
fine then.
But you know, I think the way that websites deal with the process of two people on the same computer, when you log in for the first time, it says that we probably have a cross here, to something like that, to say this is used by multiple people, and you do that, it would automatically, it wouldn't use the login, the automatic login then.
Yeah. When I say switchable, Chris, what I meant was, would it be on a U3A by U3A basis, whether or not you turned it on, or would it be?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh right, okay. Oh well, in that case,
everybody decides whether they want to use it or not. It wouldn't be imposed on anybody.
No.
Okay.
That personally, it helped me an awful lot. Yeah.
well,
So-
you'd switch it on then.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll do some more work on it and see how. I haven't really done any sort of feasibility. I imagine it seems to be easy to do, but I'll have a look and well, we'll talk about it again before I do it anyway.
Anything Amazon can do, we can do it better.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Anything else in that area anybody wants to talk about? So, all right. So the thing I wanted to do was to just go through the horizontal menu. I just thought it was something that's worthwhile sort of doing a reminder on it and just see that. Right. Okay. The horizontal menu. It's really completely badly named because it isn't that at all. It just was that right at the start, but it's been used for a good few things. In fact, it's got sort of 5 different sections in it. The actual bit that was the horizontal menu, which is to do with what goes into the menu and what's included and what isn't included. Then there is the additional web pages. I'll come back to these all in a minute. There's then a couple of options for meetings and events about whether, when and where they are shown. There is a message forum option in there, and then there are the 10 external links. So I'll just run through those.
I've renamed the system details menu view options the same as Chris has got on his page there. So I don't have horizontal menu as words within the system details. I've renamed the feature.
Yes, yeah, that's the best way to do it, isn't it? So it doesn't have to be that. I've called it horizontal menu, but as you say, it's not that anymore. And I've changed the heading and I've changed the well, I haven't changed the systems details entry, but I could do. We've got 4 entries at the. So this is the horizontal menu bit. This is the bit that is to do with the horizontal menu. The 4 first entries, which are called menu A, B, and C, plus contact, and then plus, this is confusing a little, day/category and search a little bit further down. So they all fall into the horizontal menu bit. This is where you can name the various items that are along here. So menu A is actually the old welcome page, but you can call it anything you like. You can use it anything you like. And I think for some reason I've called it "Come and Join Disney U3A." The menu B is the old About page. Menu C is the Constitution page. So you're deciding on those 3 whether or not they're shown to the visitor, to the not logged in, or the logged in member. And obviously you can name the entries that go in this bit here.
Chris, would it be possible for people like me who possibly don't get on very well with the menu, whole of that way the menu works anyway, to actually move all the horizontal menu stuff to the top and put a gap before you come to the menu that's the side menu.
Yes, 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 I could definitely do that. I could put a bit of explanation in it, which I would.
It would help. I mean, I battle with the menu anyway, but that's really confusing.
Yes, okay, that's fine. I'll do that. Just make a note. Right. Yes. Okay. So one thing about the horizontal menu is that you really got to watch is that if you include the day category thing, and then you have a group list, and you go by category, you can blow this menu too long. I've just about squeezed mine all in, but if you've included any of the other ones, you might end up that you overlap. You know, I've got a very small amount of space left on there, and if it does overlap, then you can corrupt it, which I shall just do for you a second, just to show what happens if you're not.
Quite useful though, Chris. Now, if you can abbreviate them, I mean, I could get U3A off the front of contact for a start, give a bit more space.
Just tell me to say that again.
You can edit them now, I take it.
Edit what?
The actual words that are in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. You see, what I've done now is just added an extra item, and you can see it's corrupted. It's folded this thing version there, and the side menu comes out. So you've just got to be careful not to do that. So I will quickly get back and take it back out again. So you can put too much in this in the side menu, on the top menu. That's what I'm saying. So you've got to be careful. Right. Okay. So that's that section. Basically, allowing you to use the old welcome, about, and constitution. And I think probably the best thing to do is to move the constitution, if you have one, into the side menu and just use one of your additional pages to have your constitution in, and that gives you more room at the top. The day category thing is to do with, I think, what Alan's just mentioned. If you take that out, it won't. When you do your group list, it won't come up with the options to select a category on the drop down. And I think that will be, if you get rid of that, Alan, then that will probably solve your problem.
It's amazing how many people don't actually notice it, Chris, that's in that blue menu, horizontal menu.
Notice what?
Notice that they can select the category.
Still not with you quite.
Well, if you went to it and you went to the groups.
You go to groups. Sorry. Yeah, you're saying. Yes.
They go there, and then if you say by category,
yeah,
they don't notice that select categories there.
Yeah, you can select that.
They just think it just sorts it into the category.
Yes, so you can subset it. Yes.
Yeah.
But as you saw, it corrupts my one as well, because I've got too much on there. I go by category. Oh, thought it did a bit. Oh, there. It does it when you open the
Oh yes.
The category list.
Yeah.
That's because that's too long. I think I can sort that. Yes, it's got to be that. It's great for that. But I'll have a look at yeah. And category selection. Okay, right. So that was that bit. I'll get rid of all this confusion and go back to it again. So now we're moving to the next thing is the side menu items, if you like, and that is these 12 extra pages. The name of the so this always comes up there. This name here is either the default name if there is nothing there, but if you change the name of it in your menu, then that will not show here. So I've got Rolls-Royce Crew for some reason here. That has been set up in the menu setup for that particular menu entry. So I think it's in us. It's one of the sub-menus, isn't it? Nope, oh, maybe I'm not showing it anymore. Don't think I'm showing it. So then you can decide again whether or not this extra page is shown as a visitor, not logged in or logged in. So you've got these options here.
Or mobile in those cases.
Well, that's the thing. If you want to show these pages in your mobile setup, then you can show or not show them there. And if you do show them, you can show them under one or two of the menu items, either under activities or information, depending on what you want to show, really, and what's included in it. So you've got 3 options there to choose from.
Can I ask, Chris, is there something special about additional page, possibly 12? Isn't there one that's important for the non-members?
Well, not anymore. It used to be, but now you can show, you decide by selecting. If you want 12 to be shown to visitors, then you just make it shown there, and make it not shown, and not shown there, and that turns it off for everybody except the people who are coming in and haven't never logged in.
Yeah, I must be thinking perhaps a couple of years ago.
There's a bit of history in that, because they used to be more defined on what they could do, but now they're all open to anything you want them to be. Right. Okay. So that's that part of the side menu. Then we talked about day category and the search boxes on the horizontal menu. They go with the top. Then you've got meetings and events. Now, if you've switched on meetings and events in the menu, if you want them there, then you can use that to you can use these to decide whether they're shown to visitors not logged in or logged in. But if you don't switch it on as a menu item, i.e., so this page here, you've got to have the menu item in here in the first item for it to be shown, and then you can decide to switch it off for people who for visitors, if you like, or whatever you want to do. So that applies to both the events page and the meetings page. The next one is again to do with the side menu. This is this section down here, the format you want to see this message forum in, if you choose it at all. If you decide to have it, then if you do, then you can either have a summary list or the full details here by adopting that and updating. Yeah, you need to do it twice because it's. So now you see that you get a different content by selecting that from the system's details there, from the horizontal menu, should I say? So full details or summary, whatever you want to do. The last item is, or the last items are 10 items which you can put buttons in your side menu which have nothing to do with the rest of the system, which basically allow you to link off to other websites that may be of interest. And if you do use it, then it will always open another tab. Basically, there, if you have this one, you have got, again, you've got to name you've still got to name the button in the menu setup and include it. You name it there, and then you decide where it's shown, and in here you put the URL, the link to the web page you want to link to it. Does anybody use that?
Yeah. Yeah, I've only got one. I think it's just the.
Sorry. Yes.
Third
Yes, we've got several, Chris.
Yeah.
Oh right. Okay. Good. Any questions about that? The whole setup, or is that okay? Everybody really knows it and uses it. Okay. Good. Right, so what I'll do then, I will change all that around the sequence of it, and so we'll have a horizontal section and a side menu section as well.
Chris, I've just thought of something on the login page for the mobile. How do you change the colours on the login? Because ours is a bright green with a white background with the word login, but you can't really read it.
So it's all black on white, isn't it? Have you got different colours to this?
Sorry, screen, I get it like...
Yeah, you get it black.
That one there, the login.
Oh, the login. Ah, sorry.
The login itself, the box. Is
What, this box? The green. Oh.
Yeah.
Ah.
Mine's got a white background for login.
Oh, I know what that is. Yes, that is a.
It's an Apple thing.
That's right. It's a default, isn't it? So okay, if I
I think it changes colour at night as well, possibly.
I will make certain it's black. It's obviously the default color, and its default color is white at that stage. I'll make sure it's black. So I think that's the horizontal menu. If anybody wants to say anything more about it, and we'll move on to
just one thing. Perhaps
Chris, sorry, the making that button black, or the text on that button black, would it affect any other buttons? Because there are several, I think, that come up green or white on green.
No, it won't. Well, unless I know where the others are, I probably could change them all in one go if I knew where they were. If you could send me a note with them on or something.
Okay, I'll have a look. Yeah.
Yeah, and yes, I'll do it.
Just one thing, perhaps for Michael's benefit. You know how when you've got a menu already set up, as Michael will have at Flintshire.
Yeah.
If you hover over the menu button, look down the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, it tells you which additional web page it's using.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. So it's just for Michael's benefit. That's a useful tip I was given. If you don't know, hover over it, look down the bottom of the screen.
Well, in fact, if you do that, it shows you all the menu entries, exactly what the URL it goes to in order to load up that page. So you can see that if you want, the committee page is page equals committee page. So
yeah, okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
Good. Right. Okay. So the next thing is I've sort of been building the documentation library from information people have been sending me over the last couple of weeks, and I think I've got stuff from Easingwold, Bury, Worthing, Peterborough, Shrewsbury, and Crewe. So it's. And there's a lot of Easingwold stuff there. With each one of those is a write up on its own. It looked pretty good. Obviously, right. So this came from administrator. It's a new button you need to switch in. It's only on version 11.9. So you can only see it in the test system at the moment, but it's going to be exactly the same in the live and the test system. So if you just put the entry in, you'll get this. And this is as I say, from I think six U3As have sent me stuff which I've put up. They are either PDFs or they are links to effectively PDFs on, I think that they'll all be on Richard's G drive, or they are videos, links to YouTube videos that Alan's prepared, and then these others down the bottom are all downloads. They've been loaded into the system. So there's a good few documents in there, but so if anybody else has got anything which they have prepared for, particularly for members, I think it would be, if they were prepared to, I think it's worth adding it to this library so we have as much as possible, so saves people rewriting stuff which is which has already been written by someone else or just needs to be amended or whatever. Currently, it's all in PDF. So I imagine if somebody wants to look at, they could obviously look at Easy Mold's website launch and shortcuts item. That doesn't come up either, does it? Share tab instead. And if they want to share or get the information in which to they probably need the original Richard to change.
Yeah, no, that's fine. In fact, I did wonder whether I should have sent you the original Word document files.
Oh no, I think this is much better. It's a much easier way of getting at it. Obviously, if people are interested, then I would suggest we don't do that.
Or it's worth getting a copy of Adobe Acrobat, really.
You do know that from that page, if are we talking about the U3As making minor adjustments, like taking out Easy Mold and District Banner and what have you? Is that what?
Well, yeah. Well, it might be. It might be a bit more. I suppose it might be if they decide to do it in things in a different way.
There's a lot of screenshots, so websites will look different for every U3A.
Right. Okay. Well, what you can do if you go back to the top of the page, Chris. Right. See the little down. Oh, well, it's disappeared. See the little downward pointing arrow above. There you go. Little downward point. That's the fella. If you download that to your PC and you've got a relatively up-to-date copy of Word, you can open a PDF copy in Word. Occasionally, it loses formatting, but most of the time, it doesn't.
Really? Oh, it's got to be Word, has it?
Well, I don't know. That's all I've ever tried.
I've got a copy of Adobe Acrobat, which means you can do what you like with it.
Oh, but you're paying for that, aren't you?
Yeah, but it's not expensive.
Yeah,
it's for a charity. It's about 50 quid, I think.
I use OpenOffice, which is definitely free, which you get all those things in as well. Everything you get in Office, you get in OpenOffice as well, which is free.
I'd be very surprised if you could edit these in Word without losing the format.
That's right. I found that. But say if you get Adobe, you can buy it from the Tech Suite. Adobe Acrobat's well worth having.
Right. Anyway, so I think there. Do have a look through. Do send me anything which you feel that you've got, which would add to this.
Did you say that when you're going to sort of launch this in a live system, Chris? Did you say you were going to categorise it?
Well, I got everybody. Yes, everything in there. Yes, and try and put it into sections as best I can. But yes, that was the plan. But is anybody else who hasn't given us anything? There might be other stuff that they've got that might be useful.
We might have something.
Yeah, I might have to.
Okay, excellent, good. Anything you got, that would be great. So I think it's those were all the things I was going to talk about. And Alan was going to talk on this video software.
Right. Okay. I don't know whether you guys are aware, but there is a Third Age Trust Facebook group called Let's Talk Tech. If you're not aware of it and you're on Facebook, it might be worth having a look in there because they do come up with some real peaches sometimes. And what came up was the guy that runs it is John Butler. He does like playing with videos, as do I. And all of a sudden, something came up on Let's Talk Tech that how many people are aware of Canva? CANVA. It's a system, it's a suite of systems that you can use, and you can use them for free. However, it's very limited, the free one. What you can do is you can apply for the pro version as a no-cost, non-profit charitable software. And I thought, oh, we'll have a play with that because I do like playing with videos. I will share a screen. I'll show you one that I did. It's just a promo video. And so I'll start it running, but we're not going to view the whole blooming thing.
Welcome to an introductory video to give you an idea of what Peterborough U3A is all about. Are you beyond full-time employment? Or even semi-retired? Are you fed up with watching daytime TV? Well, maybe Peterborough U3A can help. Let's see what it is we offer.
Right, we'll stop that. It goes on for, hang on, how long have I made it? 2 minutes 28. It's just an introductory video for guests to our website and what have you. Now, all of this bit in the middle here, this fella playing table tennis, the people around a card table, the golf logo and what have you, that is all from Canva stock videos. None of that is actually Peterborough U3A members. And they have got a huge library of stock videos and stock photographs and even some stock music which you can use once you get this pro version. In the free version for everybody else, it's very limited what they provide. But this took me, as I say, there's 2 minutes 38. It was the first time I'd ever used it. It took me one evening to produce this. And the fella called John Butler, who runs this Let's Talk Tech group, he turned around, he went, how the hell did you do that in an evening? And I went, well, it's not that hard. You can also, if you want to, use your own videos of your own members and what have you. You can upload them to Canva. Let me just get Canva up. There we go. Can we see that now?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Right. So you've got all of this stuff. You've got things that you can do with documents, whiteboards, presentations, social media, da-di-da-di-da. The one that I've been showing you there is websites. And literally all you do is you go to play with video. There we go. Right. Okay. What you can do, you've got this toolbar down here that you can do uploads of your videos and pictures and goodness knows what else. I've got to think where the heck I'm going. I've not used this very much. Here we go. Projects. Since I've been playing, these are all projects that I've mucked about with and uploaded and done bits and pieces. If you go to videos, you can, no, that's wrong. That's wrong. Is it in uploads? Yeah, there we go. Right, so in here, so I've gone to uploads. You can record yourself. So this is off of your computer. You can upload files that, actually I'm on images at the moment, go to videos. So you can record yourself on your PC. You can upload files, MP4s and what have you. Videos. Right, so if you're searching videos, I don't know, somebody give me a group type that you've got.
Badminton.
Badminton.
Yeah.
Horse trials here.
It's that strange northern accent. I don't get it all the time. Right, okay, so I've typed in badminton there. Okay, if I click on badminton, and these are stock videos. There's a 15-second one, there's a 13-second one, da-di-da-di-da. You can put these into here and you can edit them. Okay, it is very, very easy. So long as you've got a grip on software and what have you, it's relatively easy. I mean, if I click on that one, stick that down there, and then do a preview, and you can see here, this is all what's going on behind. So this is their stock video playing there. Okay, you can shrink it down if you don't want that amount of time. You can bring it down and just show 8 seconds of it. You can add music. You can upload MP3s. They have got a stock thing of music and what have you, but I can't remember where the devil that was. They've got a library full of photographs. So in there, if we go badminton, so these are stock photos. So if you just wanted to use a photo, you could pick up one of these photos. I mean, I'll add that one over there. So you've now gone from a live video to just a photograph. You can do, it is really, really easy. If anyone's interested, give me a shout and I will send you a link of where you need to go to. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'd have to pull it back off of this Let's Talk Tech group. But it is really, really easy. Now, if you didn't want to go that far, I've also found another one. This is only for people that are interested in doing videos and things. There is another thing that is completely free to air called U3AWEB. So that's the numbers 1, 2, 3, APPS, all one string, no space in it. That's completely free. It's completely web-based, and it's a pretty good one. So that's 2 things you can use if you wanted to do promotional videos, videos about your groups and what have you. I've started using it quite a bit, and it's quite powerful, to tell the honest truth. So that's just about it, guys.
How do you apply for the pro version?
Right, okay, that's what I say. If you're
right,
interested,
okay.
just send me an email and I'll dig out the link. I can't remember where the link was, but I'll have to dig it out and I'll reply to you individually just to let you know.
Did you say it was free, the pro version?
The pro version is free for non-profit charities.
Ah, right, okay.
So if you're not, what you need to be, you need to, as far as I can make out, because the guy, this John Butler fella, he turned around and said, oh, you need to be registered with some weird and wonderful website, I don't know what it was, as a charity. And I thought, oh God, I don't know whether we are. So I went in there, went to the page that he gave us, just put in our U3A identity, email address and what have you. And I think that it picked it up from the Charity Commission.
No, it's
I don't
from,
know.
it's
Quite
from
possible.
CTX Exchange, as it was called. I can't remember what it's called now.
Charity Digital Exchange.
Yeah, it may be. I don't know. But as I say, I didn't have to jump through any hoops at all. It was
Where you
literally
get the token from for people like Google.
Yeah, it was literally, I jumped through no hoops. I went to this website, whatever it was, put in our normal email address and that, and I think it was within about an hour, I had access to Pro. And I thought, blimey, that was quick.
So is that, when you say you got access to Pro, is that online access or is it downloadable or anything?
Yeah, no, it is online.
Yeah,
But you see it over here, you can see that says Pro, where I'm pointing now. Well, that wouldn't be available to Joe Public. It's because I've got Pro. You wouldn't be able to grab that one.
No. Okay.
Okay. It's only available to Pro. But if I want to grab that one, I'll go like that, and it's there.
But the video that you make out of this, where is that stored? Is that stored online within Canva?
Right. Okay. Once you've done it, once you've done it, you click on share up the top corner there. Okay. And you can share it via various places, or you can download it.
Okay.
Okay, so you can download it, stick it on G Drive or whatever, and then do a link out from there, or download it, then upload it into YouTube if you want to, which I've done with most of ours. Upload them into YouTube and then do because we use our YouTube channel quite a bit. And I just re-upload it into YouTube and do the bits in there.
Okay.
But if you want to share it directly with Facebook, you can. Okay.
Good. Thanks, Alan.
Alan,
Yes.
sorry. How did you add the text and spoken words? Is that something?
Right. Hold on. Right. Yes. Okay. Sorry, I forgot that. Right. That lovely voice of the young lady called Phoebe. I did that I made an MP3 file from a thing called Text Magic. It's an AI. Wow. It's an AI voice. Okay, that's completely free to air. Okay, and you can pick various voices. You can pick a nasty American accent if you want to, but it does take a little bit of creating because you need to link up the text, or the text that you type in then becomes a spoken MP3, and you have to link that up to your various video clips. So that takes a bit of jumping around here and there, but that's using Text Magic. The only other thing that I used was I use PaintShop Pro, but any picture editing software you can use to upload various pictures and that's via down there. No, it's not photos, you idiot. Where is it? Uploads. There we go. Uploads. So you can upload images and you can upload audio. So literally that one that I showed you at the beginning, that was all done for free. Didn't cost a bean.
Thank you.
Okay, but text Magic is quite good. If he has got a fair, you can still tell it's a bit robotic, and you do have to play a little bit. I mean, Peterborough U3A, to get her to say that, I obviously type in, don't laugh, I put in Peterborough, but to get her to say U3A, I have to type in the words YOU, U, number 3, THREE, and A is AY. You have to play a little bit with Text Magic, but it does work. I'm trying to sort out something free to do a talking head and avatar, but I haven't got there yet. But I will do if it kills me.
You could just use your own image, couldn't you?
Yeah, no, just sit there and go. Yeah, no, if you can get one of these avatars, they're getting more lifelike with all this AI stuff. I'm using AI for all kinds of things now.
Okay, good. Right, thanks then.
So you must have done 2 text files, Alan, one for the printed words on that video and one for the speech.
The printed words. The printed words you do in Canva. Okay. The
Yeah.
words that are coming up, are you fed up with daytime TV? Da da da. You
Yeah.
actually type that into a frame on Canva,
Yeah.
and you can what's the word? You can make it move. I can't think. And you can animate. That's the word.
And I've got a similar program, but obviously it's not free.
Yeah. But as I say, if anyone's interested, just send me an email to website help@Peterborough U3A. I will dig out this Let's Talk Tech link that the fella sent us and let you have it. As I say, think about joining that U3A Let's Talk Tech Facebook group. They come up a lot of it. If you're free on Wednesdays, I think it's once a month. They do on a Wednesday at 1 o'clock. They do a video call thing. If you use Linux, it will do text to speech. Oh, right, okay. As I say, but apart from that, the actual Facebook group, people are forever asking tech questions in there, and it comes up with some real gems at times. Right, that's me done, Chris. Back to you, mate.
Okay, all right, good, thanks. I've got a couple of things. One is the contact emails issue is raised its head again. Congleton managed to have 330,000 emails delivered in the last, well, I'm quite sure, 2-3 weeks, something like that. So it really blew up their system, and partly because they don't use country check on their contacts, and that's where it's come from. It's come from China or something like that. They don't use it because they're still on version 11.5, and of course country check is still using the old thing, which we got rid of some while ago, and but they're hopefully going to 11.8 this weekend, so that will solve that issue. But it sort of just raised the issue about trying to get rid of people we don't want. And I have found a way, a couple of ways really, of trying to keep people out. One is in the sort of overall PLES thing that controls the system, and it's called fail to ban for some reason. And it's if you switch it on, which I have, you get it times. If it gets too many requests in a short space of time, it bans it and just doesn't allow it, because it obviously sees it as something which
denial of service attack.
Yes, exactly, and turns that off. But lots got past that. But I found sort of half a dozen IP addresses. Now, that doesn't necessarily solve the problem, because people use lots of different IP addresses when they're sending out this rubbish. And but what I've been able to do is to ban, if you like, a range of IP addresses. So in other words, take the first 2 numbers in it, and anything after that will be taken as anything in that it won't allow to even get into the site. So that's why I was trying to get hold of IP addresses on where, if you've got any IP addresses of anybody you don't want, I can now ban them. They don't even get to the home page, whereas the old things we put in get to the home page and then does the country check. This will do it early. So if you've got anything you want to stop, I put in about half a dozen, which I found, which were the ones that went into Congleton, and that will come in for version 11.9 for you. Or if you want it in before, it's only one small file. I can load it up if anybody wants it. But if you let me have any IP addresses, I'll put it in for everybody.
So is it the first block of digits, Chris, before the first full stop in the IP address?
No, it's both.
To be honest, it can be if you want it just the 82 at the front, if you want it to be that.
Yeah, because all I was thinking was, we recently, literally very recently, our chairman buggered off to France for 7 weeks to watch the Rugby World Cup, and he was doing stuff while he was in France. And if doing the IP address would ban you getting to the website from a particular country, that might get a bit strange for.
As long as you're not using a VPN, because then it's stuck.
Well, no, yes, it all depends what your IP address is. So it doesn't really matter where you're coming from. It matters where your IP address is registered. But you know, it's not. You have to sort of give specific IP addresses to ban, if you like. So I
Right.
don't know, France is 92.836.
Yeah.
2 point something. If you make it 92.836 and everything after that, we can ban. So, but if it's 92.837, it'll get through.
Right. Okay.
So if you could, we can summarise it as much as possible. But obviously, if you don't want to have your chairman not getting access.
Yeah, no, all I was thinking, Chris, was the first sort of block of digits before the first full stop, that tends to be country based.
Yes, it is. Yes,
and
that's right.
if you ban sort of a block just because they've got that first thing, if anyone goes on holiday there, they just wouldn't be able to get to it. Not that you should be doing U3AWEB when you're on holiday.
You could do like Russia and China those type of places that we could block those off.
Yeah, because a lot of those ones that we got recently that were, well, basically it was Russian text coming through. They were coming from, I think it was Strasbourg. So, you know, that would be, you would have to ban France for that. Unless, no, as you say, if you ban the sort of the first two blocks in an IP address, that would sort of perhaps get rid of Strasbourg. So if you went on holiday to Strasbourg, you'd be buggered. But as I say, so long as, all I'm thinking is you don't want to ban complete countries, except for perhaps in the case of Russia and China.
Yes, I'm not quite sure the second digits are geographical.
Oh, are they not?
I agree the top one is. I don't think the others are. I think they're all, all sorts of things. So so it's best to almost find out where they're coming from and say, oh, look, they're 82.736. Right. Okay. Let's stop those.
Okay.
So anyway, let me know, and I'll just keep on updating the list, and hopefully that will mean that there's less access through the system, and so people we don't want won't get here. Okay, go cardless, direct debits. I'm told by somebody, and I can't remember who told me now, that the fees are changing, and they're having 3 levels of membership. You either got basic, pro, or enterprise or something, and they, whoever it was, the email, I can look it up, said that the default, they're putting everybody on to pro, but looking at the membership requirements, there didn't seem to be very much difference between standard and pro, but they take, instead of taking 1%, they take 1.25% if you're on pro. So and it seemed to me we could quite easily use standard, but has everybody had that through, or the users?
No, I've not seen anything about it.
I'll send you the link to the fees.
Was it Stenning that raised it?
Oh yes, it was Richard. That's right. It was Stenning. Yeah. So I think it could well be they default you to pro, and we've got to specifically, or you've got to specifically in your account set up as a standard account. So otherwise your costs are going to go up. It may be a sneaky way of getting new things.
In fact, isn't it on the admin forum?
It is. That's right. That's where it comes from. Yeah.
Can you send out that link then, Chris, and we can all have a look?
I will. Yeah. I'll send out the link. Anybody else want to raise anything else? Of any?
No, I can't remember why we said that, but we did look at it a few weeks ago, and we didn't think it would make very much difference. So, yeah, I think the cost goes up slightly, but you do get something for it.
Yeah, I couldn't see from the way we use it, you get anything for it. But if there is something, let me know, will you? Because that would be interesting to know what.
I'll have to go over the emails. Andrew and I swapped emails over it and looked at it, and
so it's 0.25%, isn't it, on your total direct debit bill? Whatever.
It wouldn't make a lot of difference to us.
I'll send everybody out the link, but if you can send me that, Paul, that'd be great.
Oh. Ask a question, just a general thing.
Yeah, sure.
Do any of your U3As You know, members, I found more and more, they like paying by card. And we like it because it's a lot less work for the committee. But there is a charge, just like go cardless. And our old treasurer said, well, we're not covering that charge. We'll put the price up for every event that we advertise by 50p to cover it. And some members tweak this and he is not happy. So does anyone else charge extra? So do your treasurers put the price up of an event because there are card costs, or do they absorb it in admin fees?
No, we put ours up.
Put yours up.
Yeah, if it's a group event, well, we've told our group leaders if we start using credit card payments, which we don't at the moment, but we've told them that if we do, they will be expected to cover the Stripe admin fee. But we only use it for membership, and that's included in the treasurer's calculations for our annual membership.
Yes, so membership, you cover it. What about if you say had a meal open to everybody, an event meal?
Well, we'd automatically anything that's organised by the U3A that offers card payments would have a contingency for the fee.
Right. Interesting. All right. Okay. It's certainly split opinions in our committee.
Well, I mean, otherwise you'd have to collect. Somebody's got to collect all the checks. So I mean, if somebody wants to volunteer, fine.
Well, no, what the member is saying, right? Well, if you're going to charge extra because I paid with a card, I'm going to pay by check, and then
hang on, Alan, you can't do that. That's completely illegal. All charges, whether paid in cash or paid by credit card, there's got to be an across the board charge. And I know this from my days of taxi driving. It goes back to about 2012, somewhere around there. Legislation changed whereby you cannot charge a cash paying person less than somebody paying by credit card. It's got to be an across the board fee.
Yeah. Okay. So what you're saying, Neil, is you do actually add the costs onto what you advertise.
Yeah, they sort of we fork out the cost and then just sort of round it up.
Right. Interesting. Watch this space. Committee meeting on Friday. Most members are abstaining. Yeah, they're abstaining because they don't want to lean one way or the other. But the annoying thing is, there's £10,000 in the bank. They can't cover.
Well, that's right. It makes it a lot more easy to account. Do accounts and everything.
Anybody got anything you want to talk about next time? Send me a note, please.
I presume you'd like to get everything that's been mentioned today into 11.9 before you release it, Chris.
Not everything I mentioned today. We're talking about the automatic login and that sort of thing. I think there's a bit more work to do on that. But most of what we talked about, yes. In fact, most of what we talked about is already there, I think. Things like I'll change the horizontal menu and stuff like that. So,
okay.
But 11.9 is, I can put it up if people want that.
Yeah, you said the web buddy thing, Chris.
Well, it all depends on when we close off 11.9. Really, I don't know whether there's enough in 11.9 at the moment.
No, I don't think there is. That's why I was wondering if you were let it go for the moment and leave it to you and put things in it.
Okay, right. Well, we'll leave it for the moment then, and I'll carry on putting things, and maybe next month we can make a decision about that as well.
Okay, Chris, the 11.9, you're taking the terms and conditions out of the form. Is that correct?
No.
Or not taking it out, but you're putting it in a sort of a link.
Well, that's already in. The problem was that there was an error in the system, and it wasn't displaying. It was displaying the terms and conditions on both buttons, if you like. And so what I meant to earlier on was the issue's been resolved, and so but the feature is already there. So
no, that's right. It's just the reason I ask is it's something that my committee have asked me to deal with. That they don't like when you click on the join us button that you get a huge load of terms and conditions come up. They wanted to just see a form and a link to
Yeah.
the terms and conditions.
There's a switch there, you can turn that on. Yeah.
And that's what you're going to have with 11.9, is it?
No, it's there now. You can use
Oh,
it.
it's there now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's been there probably for 2 or 3 versions. Yes.
Right. So I just need to turn that on.
Yeah, hang on. I'll tell you what it is if you want.
You've got to get the right combination, Michael.
Yeah, because it's mobile and
It's
laptop are different.
you've got to have joiner terms and conditions required switched off, and that will go straight through to the form if you do that.
Right. Okay. That's good. Excellent. Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Okay. Cheers then.